आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi ka Safar with AIR News. India's glorious fight for freedom is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the valiant struggle every day.
Today is the birth anniversary of Shaheed Bhagat Singh. Bhagat Singh was born to a Sikh family in Punjab. At the time of his birth, his father Kishan Singh was in jail for fighting against the British rulers.
His father was a follower of Mahatma Gandhi, and after Gandhiji called for boycotting government-aided institutions, Singh left school and enrolled in the National College at Lahore, where he studied European revolutionary movements. Bhagat Singh's parents tried to get him married. Bhagat Singh said that, "If I married in slave India, my bride shall only be death."
He left home for Kanpur and joined Hindustan Socialist Republican Association. In 1926, Bhagat Singh founded the Naujavan Bharat Sabha, and a year later, and in May 1927, he was arrested for allegedly being involved in the Kakori conspiracy. He was released several weeks later and began to write for various revolutionary newspapers.
In 1928, Lala Lajpat Rai had led a procession to protest against the arrival of the Simon Commission. The police resorted to a brutal lathi charge in which Lala Lajpat Rai was severely injured and later succumbed to his injuries. To take revenge for the death of Lala Lajpat Rai, Bhagat Singh and his associates plotted the assassination of James A. Scott, the then superintendent of police. However, the revolutionaries mistakenly killed J.P. Saunders. The incident is famously known as the Lahore conspiracy case of 1929.
In April 1929, Bhagat Singh and an associate bombed the Central Legislative Assembly in Delhi to protest implementation of the Public Safety Bill. The bombs they carried allegedly were not intended to kill, but to scare, and in fact, no one was killed, though there were some injuries. The bombers planned to get arrested and stand trial so they could further promote their cause.
However, Bhagat Singh was rearrested for the murder of J.P. Saunders and for bomb manufacturing in the Lahore conspiracy case. While awaiting trial, he led a hunger strike in prison. He was found guilty in this case and was hanged on the 23rd of March 1931 in Lahore along with Sukhdev.
Every year, 23rd of March is observed as Martyrs' Day, as a tribute to freedom fighters Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru. And it was on this day in 1837, the last Mughal king, Bahadur Shah Zafar, ascended the throne at the age of 62.
Bahadur Shah was a poet and an artist. By the time Bahadur Shah ascended the throne, the area under Mughal rule had reduced to Delhi only. Bahadur Shah was also known to be a tolerant and peace-abiding ruler, and his religious neutrality is also said to be a reason the sepoys of 1857 revolt declared him as their king upon reaching Delhi from Meerut in 1857.
The outbreak of the 1857 revolt in Delhi culminated when on 19th of September 1857, Red Fort was captured by the British. 2 days later, on 21st of September, Bahadur Shah and his family members were arrested by the British. When he was captured by the British, he belted out his shairi to a British officer.
हिंदियों में बू रहेगी जब तलक ईमान की, तख्त लंदन तक चलेगी तैग हिंदुस्तान की.
2 sons of the king and his grandson were shot dead in public by Hodgson at a location today known as Khuni Darwaza near the Delhi Gate.
On the 27th of January 1858, in Red Fort, the trial of Bahadur Shah Zafar began on the charges of rebellion, treason and murder.
Zafar was convicted and exiled to Rangoon, where he breathed his last on 7th of November 1862 at the age of 83.
उम्रे दराज मांग के लाए थे 4 दिन, 2 आरजू में कट गए 2 इंतजार में. दिन जिंदगी खत्म हुए, शाम हो गई, फैला के पांव सोएंगे कुंजे मजार में. कितना है बदनसीब जफर, दफन के लिए 2 गज जमी भी न मिली कुएं यार में.
न किसी की आँख का नूर हूँ, न किसी के दिल का करार हूँ.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar, AIR News ke Sang. See you in the next episode tomorrow.